Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is coming to Steam, and my predictions were accurate.
Surprise! Gotcha, bitch!
I made a short video predicting that this game would come to Steam someday due to how successful Dwarf Fortress was. And people criticized the video and said that there's no way that could happen because Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is developed by thousands of people on the open source platform GitHub. And there's just no way you can get all those people to agree together for a video game release. But my video was right. And it seems like Corgan T, if I'm saying that right, is the lead developer releasing this game. The first game he's publishing, it says, according to Steam. He probably has done some other things. As far as Steam is concerned, no other releases. And he is a confirmed developer for CDDA, one of the head developers, and he is taking it upon himself to port this over to Steam. This is a very different release than the Dwarf Fortress release. Dwarf Fortress, the two brothers, gave their game essentially to Kitfox, the Megacorpo publisher, to release their game with fancy graphics, fancy sounds, and more sprites being released with their upcoming baby update, making baby animals and baby dwarves all around. But this Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead release on Steam, as far as we know as the recording of this video, will not release with any special content. You are literally just getting the free game that you could download on GitHub and nothing else special. That is a big bummer to me. I understand the whole idea of supporting your modders, supporting your game makers, supporting your devs. And that's great and all. But for a Steam release, I would like to see some kind of special content, some kind of ease of access to all the tile packs, something to make it easier for the people playing it, especially new people coming to this game. For those that don't know, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is one of the most advanced survival simulators out there. You are basically thrown into a zombie apocalypse or post-nuclear apocalypse. It's pretty much the cataclysm of all cataclysms happens, and you need to survive. There's vehicles in this game, a deep inventory system. There is incredible depth to the healing. There are boats in this game, incredible things you could do. But for new players and people that play the GitHub version, extremely hard to learn, hard to master, even hard to get into with the hundreds of controls and keybinds, hotkeys, things to do, things to learn. It's a very fun game to really deep dive into and master it, but it's not accessible to wide audiences. Hopefully the Steam release will fix that. The controversy behind the Steam release, that I'm not sure where it's coming from, but definitely it is substantial. The controversy that I've read on various gaming forums is that the other 999 devs are not going to be getting any money out of this. They've put all their hard work in, and now this other guy, Korg, just comes and takes all the credit and makes the money. And to play devil's advocate, Korg is doing all the work to get this over to Steam and to make this game mainstream. I just hope they add some special features to the Steam release to make it very mainstream. But that being said, it is a sticky situation on paper. It is an open source game with a lot of people working on it. And if you know the history of the game, there's a lot of forks to the game or branches, different creative paths that developers have went on. There is different builds you could play right now today on the GitHub. I'm not going to name them all, but for example, one build might have features that other builds don't. One build might have futuristic stuff and cyborg stuff and cool alien weapons, whereas another build might just be more realism, like a current day cataclysm happens and you have to survive. A lot of these builds come with different features and gameplay loops, and it's going to be interesting to see what exactly is coming to Steam. Is this guy gonna go and get every single branch and build, put it on Steam? Will Steam be just like a platform where you can play all the builds on, I'm not sure. It seems to me this is just going to be the stable branch of the game that only gets updated probably once a year. That is the best bet coming to Steam. And I don't know about the other stuff. What about tile sets? This game, originally, you play in ASCII graphics, something that I am not a fan of. I like tile sets, I like pixel graphics, I like visuals. I'm not talking about AAA, cyberpunk level of graphics, I don't need that, but I do need some type of pixel art. ASCII art never really did it for me. And this game is famous for having a bunch of different tile sets that really make the game feel and look different in my opinion, even if the same programming and coding is underneath the hood. My advice for Corgan is to outsource or figure out some way to get some special features in this release to justify a $20 purchase. I purchased Dwarf Fortress for the sole reason of the awesome graphics. What's going to get me to purchase CDDA on Steam? Is it going to be achievements or playtime? I don't think so. In all honesty, I have not even scratched the surface of the free version of this game. The game itself, I don't even know why I'm calling it the free version. It's the game itself. I haven't even scratched the surface of it. I'm like a white belt in that game if you had to consider karate belts. I'm below a white belt. I'm like, this is my first day at the class belt. But that being said, I love CDDA. I love the ambition. I love the scope of the game, the detail of it. Any game that makes me watch hours of tutorials and read hours of Wikipedia to get me to learn how to play it, I love. Games like Space Station 13, for example. And all these games have a similar following and a base of players that likes these type of games. They don't need a game with super fancy graphics. They want more gameplay, more features, more things you could do. And if you've never heard of this game or played it or tried it out, if you're bored with gaming right now and the current sphere of gaming, check out my AI video about the current sphere of gaming and how it could be ruined. Try this game if you're bored. I would definitely. It is something else. The amount of scenarios you can load in, the amount of randomization and procedural generation, you'll never play the same game twice. I spent hours in the beginning shelter of one playthrough where you start out, and I never even left. I just mastered how to do stuff, how to use my hands, how to use items, and it was a lot of fun. That being said, tell me down below, is this a good thing for the CDDA community? I think it is. That's my opinion. Get this game out to more people seeing it. Do you think it's predatory of Corgan to take all the credit and the money from this? That is not my opinion. I'll just have to ask the question because that's being presented on various forums. And do you think they could deliver this game on Steam? It's been tried before by third parties that were not devs and failed. The fact that we have a head dev leading this is a good sign that this will be delivered, will come out on Steam, and I'm excited for it. Will I be donating $20, aka one large pizza, to them for their service? Probably not. And yes, in 2023 a cheese pizza costs $20. It's insanity. I truly am getting old. Back in my day it was $11, $9. But hit that thumbs up button if you liked the video, subscribe for more awesome content, and I'll catch you on the next one.